Mortal Kombat 11 does not shy away from the insanity that has been known for since 1992, instead doubling down on the ridiculousness and over-the-top violence we all know and love. Following on from the events of Mortal Kombat X, Raiden is upsetting the balance between good and evil, which has angered Kronika, the Keeper of Time, who decides it's time to rewrite history and make all well again. Well being the figurative term when you consider disembowelment and decapitations are the norm around here. The story then goes all back to the future via way of time travel, bringing in versions of the characters from past, present and future, clashing against each other with gloriously enjoyable results. Nods to previous Mortal Kombat storylines fly thick and fast, with plenty of callbacks and nods to situations, characters and places. Revisiting characters and elements of the series that have been noticeably absent is great for long-time fans of the Mortal Kombat franchise. Better yet, the variant versions of characters are more than just a simple skin change, they actually play differently in combat as well. The story is all the more engaging due to just how good Mortal Kombat 11 looks. Following on from Injustice 2, MK11 is a visual showcase on every level. The facial animations, attention to detail in character outfits and levels, combined with the near surgical detail of blood, guts and appendages in combat all ooze polish. One thing that does take away from the mainline story comes via way of UFC/WWE crossover superstar Ronda Rousey. Ronda has been tasked with taking the reins of MK stalwart Sonya Blade, and sadly when compared to the rest of the fantastic voice work on display, her delivery often comes across as dull and awkward. As enjoyable as the story may be, and even with all the graphical flourish sprinkled across Earthrealm and Netherrealm, the game wouldn't be successful if the combat wasn't up to par. The action is geared to a more confrontational, aggressive style, with close encounters being the new normal, and the reliance upon blocks and reversals to get out of a tough encounter being more handsomely rewarded than by simply keeping your distance. If you time your blocks well enough, you can hit a swift counter instead of continuing to fend off attack after attack with no respite. It forces the aggressor to change tactics and results in more fluid back and forth combat that's super intense to be a part of. There is nuance and mastery to this latest entry's combat, but for newcomers and casual fighters alike, the barrier to entry has been removed via way of in-game training and accessible tutorials, which helps bridge the gap between you and the elite. Mortal Kombat 11 feels extremely balanced. The combat overall is slower, with a shift in style that keeps the pace steady from fight to fight. Every strike carries weight, which further adds to the bone-breaking nature of the game. NetherRealm Studios have again managed to dial up the gore factor. X-ray moves are now known as fatal blows, while a host of new and inventive fatalities are ready to paint your screen red. Seriously, the amount of graphic eviscerations, bludgeonings and impromptu surgeries range from wince-inducing to absurdly hilarious. The depth of the roster available in MK11 is varied and diverse, mixing in old favourites such as Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Liu Kang and Sonya Blade, with newcomers in Cetrion, Geras and the Collector. The Collector being the best of the new blood thanks to its extra limbs and greased lightning speed. Adding even more depth to the roster are the character variations, which provide different alternative costumes and looks, as well as fresh and unique playstyles, with all characters getting around 3 to 4 variants. There will be plenty of time to figure out who to main and what style suits you, as in addition to the core story, Mortal Kombat 11 serves up a wealth of options and modes to spill blood in. Character customization, last seen in Injustice 2, has also made its way to Earthrealm, giving you a wealth of personalization options at your disposal, ranging from simple physical changes in costume or headwear, right down to which moves are available in combat. Having that level of depth and control over your main is extremely appealing. My Cassie Cage is looking better than ever, with designer sunglasses, a fancy new handgun, and an in-your-face fighting style that would scare Mike Tyson. The Crypt mode also returns as a simple third-person shopping adventure, bursting with things to unlock for the entire roster. Also returning is the Towers mode, and the even more terrifying Endless Towers, which will have every fight feeling new thanks to buff or nerf modifiers. Said modifiers can be found in the Crypt mode. These additions can be great time sinks, but their heavy reliance on a loot system does at times feel forced. It's great to be rewarded for your efforts, but the frequency of it feels exhausting and a little unnecessary. Mortal Kombat 11 is a fantastic fighting game. It dishes up fan service and heavy hits like Johnny Cage delivers nut punches, and might be the best entry in the series to date. It's a visual feast for the eyes with a large roster, an extensive customization suite, a host of game modes for players of all skill levels, and quite possibly the most enjoyable fighting game story I've ever played through. Mortal Kombat 11 is available on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, and is officially 8-bit approved.